I would love to see you stuff all 4 pieces of sausage into your mouth. Ready and go. Oh. I will now call you Sausage Girl from now on. Say she sells seashells on the seashore. Hello, good morning. Okay, hi, you're watching Greg's Bee Eats, and I'm here at a tucked-away coffee shop in Bukit Panjang to talk about this Ke Koo Mee noodle stall, which always has a long queue whenever it is open. But before I go on, let me explain what Ke Koo Mee is. For those of you who do not know what the dish is, the dish is basically instant noodles with soup and topped off with ingredients like egg and meat or seafood. And to get the spirit of the dish right, you have to use instant noodles, specifically the curly type. In this case, the stall, XIAN ZHU ZHOU, uses the Koka brand of instant noodles. So as for the history of the stall, XIAN ZHU ZHOU has been in the business for more than 20 years and was set up by now 62-year-old Chai Kim, who is affectionately known as Uncle Ke Koo Mian to many of his customers. The stall actually started out selling Hainanese-style porridge, which explains the name of the stall. Zhu Zhou is Chinese for cooking porridge. But when the stall started offering Ke Koo Mian, that became more popular than their porridge offerings. So as a result, they offer many more Ke Koo Mian offerings than porridge offerings at their stall. So come, let's have a taste.
Por un canto de gaviotas supe que allí estabas.
Ke Koo Mian 大碗呢？这边这。大碗有辣没辣？不要了，17号。They operate a number calling system and it goes by table number. So mine is table number 17. So yes, let's wait.
Saludo mi presente, gusto de este dulce adiós.
17号，大的。
不辣对吗？
不辣对。
Voy a navegar en tu puerto azul.
Okay, so what we have here is their standard upsize Ke Koo Mian without chili. Now, the reason why I make it a point to say without chili is because their chili option is arguably more popular or as popular than the standard no chili Ke Koo Mian at the store. But I'll review the chili one another day. So the bowl has instant noodles with soup, and inside the bowl are pork slices, minced pork, pork liver, 1 egg and some vegetables. And it's topped up with some ground up fried onions. So trying the broth. Wonderful. The broth is the main reason why this stall is so popular. It's a rounded, savoury broth and it's slightly peppery, very slightly, and it's fairly robust, and I don't detect any MSG notes. Because it's got this like fried onion powder on top, right? This is fried onion taste and aroma going throughout the broth. Apparently it's made using pork bones that are brewed for more than 10 hours. So next, the noodles. So it's basically instant noodles, processed wheat flour noodles. And if you look at the kitchen, you'll notice that they use the Koka brand of easy cook plain instant noodles. But it's nice, as it has this very characteristic instant noodle springy texture to it. Now for the ingredients. Firstly, the pork slices. Pork slices, not overly blanched, it's seasoned just a bit as well. Now for the minced pork. Amazing. This is good. It's seasoned very well. Maybe they put a bit of dried saltfish inside as a seasoning. And the minced meat has a soft enough texture. And it also comes in sizable chunks, also a good thing. Next, the liver. Yeah, well, it's hard and overcooked. The liver here is always overcooked, unfortunately. Next, the egg. cooked egg. The egg yolk is cooked through lah. Then there's some green veg as well lah. So taking a bit of everything, the noodles, some green veg, maybe a minced pork, and some of the broth. Oh my god. Oh, so good. And this really hits the spot. I mean, if you've ever made instant noodles, right, and you wish that someone could make an instant noodle dish, right, with real broth and with better ingredients, well, this is basically what this is. And it's no wonder the stall is so popular whenever it is open. Wow, that broth is really out as well. Okay, finished. Now this stall offers a whopping 12 varieties of noodle dishes lah, and even more porridge dishes. I think I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 porridge dishes. So there are an assortment of ingredients to choose from lah, and many noodle options to choose from. Mee hoon kueh, crispy noodles, mee sua, bee hoon. You can also ask for dry or soup, and whether you want it spicy or non-spicy. So there are simply too many to cover all the offerings at the stall. But I will point out 2 more of the dishes at the stall, which I found to be very interesting. So see you in a few days. Okay, so I'm back at the stall, but before I talk about the food, let me talk about the stall's unusual opening times, which is 2:30 AM to 2 PM. That means that it's a stall that's equally popular as a supper joint and as a breakfast joint as well. Uncle Teo himself, he takes the morning shift, while his workers take the night shift. Talking about today's breakfast, what I got is their most luxurious deluxe offering. They call it the Ke Koo Mian. So it's basically Ke Koo Mian with almost all the ingredients that they have. It's got eggs, prawns, sliced fish, razor clams, cuttlefish, mincemeat, but it will cost you. It's $8.50 a bowl, very expensive. So this is like a once in a blue moon indulgence, but on the bright side, the good thing about ordering this bowl is that you get a wide sampling of almost all the ingredients that are on offer at this stall. So next time when you come back here, you can zone in on the kind of Ke Koo Mian that you want to order. The only ingredient which is missing is the abalone. For that, you need to order their abalone coca noodles to sample it. So looking at the new ingredients you get prawns. How many prawns you get? 2 prawns. Very nice. The prawns are cooked through, sort of like medium size, all peeled except for the tails. Tastes reasonably sweet and fresh. And the fish. Very nice. The fish slices are seasoned, quite decently thick, but the texture will harden very quickly in the broth. So you need to eat them quick when you receive your bowl. Next, you have got some razor clams. Well, these are the standard canned razor clams you get from the supermarket. It's got a nice firm texture and it's got a bit of a seafood flavor there. Next, the cuttlefish. Cuttlefish slices. And soft but firm texture. Very nice. Today, as you can see, right, that's the egg today. It comes with a molten yolk. So sometimes you get it cooked through, sometimes you have a molten yolk. It really depends. So today is a good day. So I have some of the noodles, some of the broth, some of the fried onions on top, and a fish, and some veg. Yes. Oh. What's not often mentioned is that the stock will actually change now depending on what ingredients you put inside. So obviously you put more meat, it's going to be more meaty. You put more seafood stuff, it's going to be more seafoody. You have a mix of the both, they'll be both meaty and seafoody. Okay, so I'm back at Uncle Ke Koo Mian. So what I have today is basically the other popular option at the store. It's a bowl of their standard Ke Koo Mian, upsized and spicy. And if you observe the crowd, right, half the orders will be for this spicy version. And why? Well, I mean, just look at the color. I mean, it is red as anything. So let's not waste time. Let's taste this. Look at that. Oh my god. So as you can see, right, it is incredibly red. And that means that it is incredibly spicy. Oh. And yes, this is the reason why it's so popular. It is incredibly spicy. It gives the soup a lot of heat. And it makes the soup much more robust, and it makes it a little more sweet and savoury. It's basically chili sambal. And the chili sambal is homemade with belacan as one of the ingredients. And the reason why the soup is so incredibly spicy is because they put a very generous amount of it into each bowl before topping it up with soup. So it's good, very Moorish, but this is purely for hardcore chili fans. Those of you who can't handle their chili, don't order this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some noodles, some mincemeat, some onion, maybe a veg, and some of that incredibly spicy broth. Oh my god. You can't see it, but the broth is all there. Oh. It's good, but man, talk about spicy. Okay, finished. But before I end, I want to briefly talk about another popular dish that they used to have, their Tom Yum Ke Koo Mian. Unfortunately, they do not offer it anymore. However, they have another outlet at Yishun Street 21 where it is still available. And it is good. It's got a nice, thick, balanced Tom Yum flavour, sour, spicy, savoury, and you can taste the herb flavours too. And it's not too salty. My complaint about the Tom Yum Ke Koo Mian at the outlet here, when it was still available, was that it was always too salty. So I'm guessing that's the reason why they dropped the dish. So that was a look at海鲜煮粥, which is practically an institution in the western part of Singapore. But would I travel half across Singapore to eat here? I would say maybe, if only for the spicy Ke Koo Mian, because it is really unique and it is, if you're a hardcore chili fan, right, you have to try this. But whatever the case, it is a good option for sure if you live in the West. And this store would be a store which I would tuck into on a weekly basis if I lived around here. If you don't live around here and you want to try this store, right, I would say try the Yishun outlet instead. It's run by Uncle Tio's sister and it's equally crowded. The Ke Koo Mian there is a little better in my opinion. Better noodles, better stock, better ingredients. Maybe I will cover it in a future vlog one day. Let me know if you're interested in that. So yeah, thanks for watching another episode of Bexby Eats, going through the whole of Singapore. If you like this episode, give it a like, comment, share it to your friends, and turn on the notifications bell. And I'll see you in the next one for more eating. Bye bye.